From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
A little more cloud cover across the region today, but still beautiful out there. We've got a mix of clouds and sunshine. A few showers right along the state line. So we check out the local Doppler radar. You can see a few sprinkles scattered here and there. So some of our southern sections could see an evening rain shower perhaps. So we check out the temperatures. Very pleasant. 71 Lansing, 74 in Grand Rapids, 72 in Jackson. Forecast wise for tonight, mainly dry conditions out there. Temperatures in the lower 50s as rain showers begin to move in by early tomorrow morning. 6 News at 5 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5.
Investigators from Jackson County Animal Control confirm a total of 7 dead dogs were found in a freezer, along with, quote, several unidentifiable animals. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. The dead dogs were found on Sunday when the new owners of the garage where the freezer was located were cleaning it out. Investigators tell 6 News it's unknown how long the frozen bodies were in there. Police say an investigation into the frozen dogs found at a Jackson ice cream shop on Sunday remains ongoing and is now being handled entirely by Animal Control. Those officers say they found 7 confirmed dead dogs and various animal parts.
The community has a right to be upset. To have animals, to die in that manner is, it's cruelty. It really is, and uncared for.
And then today I went back and found 1 more dog that was in a different freezer. So 7 dogs for sure, but other than that, I'm not sure.
Officers are working to determine how long the dogs were hidden and frozen and are considering all angles in the case, including animal cruelty. A nonprofit that supports lupus patients across the state is now asking Michiganders for some financial help. Members with the Michigan Lupus Foundation say they're now dealing with the reality of major funding cuts that are so bad they could be forced to close their doors. Taryn Simmons spoke with the organization today and is here for you now with what's at stake. Taryn.
Jorma, the Michigan Lupus Foundation has been around since 1974, and about 14,000 Michiganders have been diagnosed with some form of the illness. Lupus is an autoimmune disease that makes your immune system damage organs and tissues throughout your body. The executive director I spoke with today says they've lost almost 60% of their funding. Fatigue, joint pain, and even rashes. That's some of the symptoms Erica Lynn and many other Michiganders suffer from while dealing with lupus.
Hair loss, brain fog. I was having breathing issues, kidney issues.
She says she was diagnosed back in 2015 when she was 33 years old. Lynn and so many others across the state rely on the Michigan Lupus Foundation.
I attended some support groups, and then I agreed to be a co-leader of the support group at that time. Put on symposiums that bring medical professionals in to talk to you about the various symptoms, the various tests.
But with the nonprofit facing funding issues, the executive director, Kimberly Diamond, worries for the future.
Pharmaceutical companies that did support patient advocacy groups like ours, they eliminated their departments and cut funding from groups like ours nationwide.
Diamond says their operating annual budget is $150,000 and says they use $10,000 a month.
Pharmaceutical companies made up about 60% of that individual and corporate support that came into the foundation. So it really did just have a significant impact.
She says GlaxoSmithKline was their largest sponsor, which helped them educate people about the illness.
And GSK just restructured and eliminated their entire patient advocacy department completely.
Being sick is expensive. That's why the organization does all it can for lupus survivors like Lynn.
One of the biggest things that they do is they provide support, and they provide a community. They provide a lot of resources that you can't get in just one place.
Now, as to why those pharmaceutical sponsors have cut funding, Diamond says it's due to them restructuring. But she says they've raised $37,000 and those funds are keeping them afloat through the fall. Jorma, back to you.
Taryn, thank you very much. In other health news, the U.S. is up to 1,046 confirmed measles cases due to Texas adding 10 cases in the past week. But that number is also signaling a slowing of the nation's largest outbreak. Other states with active outbreaks include Michigan, Montana, North Dakota, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Indiana said its outbreak is over. 2 elementary school-aged children and an adult have died from measles-related illnesses this year. Measles is caused by a highly contagious virus that's airborne, but is preventable through vaccines. Meantime, the Trump administration is changing guidelines for who should get the COVID vaccine. Health Secretary RFK Jr. announced today that the CDC will no longer recommend the COVID vaccine for healthy kids or pregnant women. Washington Bureau correspondent Hannah Brandt is here for you now with what the changes mean.
In a video message Tuesday, Health Secretary RFK Jr. announced big changes to government guidance on the COVID vaccine.
The COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule.
This reverses the previous CDC stance, which urged annual vaccination for anyone 6 months and older. And it means now the CDC will not recommend routine COVID vaccines for healthy children or pregnant women.
It's common sense and it's good science.
This change will likely limit access to the vaccine for those groups because insurance will no longer have to cover the cost of the shot, and people who want it may have to go out of their way instead of getting it at a clinic or local pharmacy.
It's not based on science, and it's actually harmful.
Infectious disease doctor Amish Adalja has major concerns about the changes. He says there is scientific evidence that pregnant women are at high risk for complications if they catch COVID. And newborn babies are high risk too and can be protected if their mothers get vaccinated.
Pregnant women should be getting vaccinated with each of their pregnancies for multiple reasons.
With healthy children, Dr. Adalja says it isn't clear if they need multiple rounds of COVID vaccination.
But it is clear that children do benefit from the initial series of vaccination that they get when they become eligible.
Secretary Kennedy has long been an outspoken COVID vaccine skeptic. So while the new guidance isn't surprising, Dr. Adalja advises pregnant women and parents of young children not to follow it.
They should completely ignore everything that came out of RFK Jr.'s mouth.
In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
Well, back here in Michigan, many students are now set for summer vacation, and the state of Michigan is also getting ready to kick off its summer food program. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services will team up with the State Department of Education to feed families over the next few months. Benefits come on an EBT card, which you can use to buy groceries. Eligible families will get a letter about the program, and the state will start distributing funds this month. The Capital Area District Library says its internet service is now back on after being down for a big part of the day. The computers, Wi-Fi, and printing services are now available again. The Lansing Lugnuts hosted a Field of Dreams event today at Jackson Field for some very special guests. The Beautiful Lives Project brought people who have disabilities to the ballpark today to learn about the game from the pros. Players and coaches from the Lugnuts took part. Bryce Weiler is the co-founder of Beautiful Lives. He is helping to empower people by making this event possible.
Very positive event because the students are able to experience baseball, create friendships with others who maybe have a similar disability or a different disability. And it's important as well because so many disabilities are coming together. So someone can become friends with someone who has a different disability, and it can create lifelong friendships.
The Beautiful Lives Project hopes to continue expanding opportunities to people across Michigan and the country.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Not a bad day out for a little baseball or maybe golf or whatever you wanted to do. It was quite nice across mid-Michigan, but now we turn our attention to rainfall, which is back in the forecast. This is not a heavy rain. The yellows indicating an inch or more of precipitation should be well south of the state line. But nonetheless, I think we will have some widespread rain here in mid-Michigan. The best chance for rain is going to come in particular tomorrow afternoon, but at any point during the day. I just think the steady rain holds off until after lunchtime. Thursday evening, a few more showers roll in. That'll be with us at least on a scattered basis Friday, but then Saturday and Sunday it clears out. We've got some sunshine on the way and temperatures in the 70s. As you look at the overall chance of rain, we'll let this run out through tonight, and you see how it starts to creep up tomorrow morning. Maximizes tomorrow afternoon around 5, 6, 7 o'clock. And although rain chances do go back down tomorrow night, there's still going to be a chance of a few widely scattered showers as we move through tomorrow night and into Friday as well. As we check out the satellite and radar today, some rain showers to our south, some to our west. Overall, really nice though. We had a little more cloud cover today, but nothing that blocked out the sun the entire day. Moving into tomorrow morning, there are the rain showers now breaking out at around 7 o'clock. The area of low pressure we've been watching, that tracks north, and so the rain becomes a little more widespread through tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. This low pressure system will begin to push away from the region by early Thursday morning, so dry weather, just some cloud cover left over to start the day. And by the afternoon, a few pop-up showers will be possible. Another system's going to swing through Thursday night and into Friday, which will give us that'll give us another chance for at least somewhat widespread precipitation. Temperatures currently very pleasant, 75 in Owasso. The further south you go, the thicker the clouds have been, so it's a little bit cooler. Lower 70s along the state line, and most of us somewhere between 70 and 75 degrees. On the Skyview network, it is beautiful out there on the McLaren Cam. 74 currently, high today 75 degrees. A little more wind out there today, gusting up to 34 miles per hour. In Grand Ledge, partly cloudy skies, temperature 73 degrees. Today's high was 74. Wind gusts not as bad, a little under 20 miles per hour. While in the Jackson area, we've still got fair skies, temperature 72 degrees. Wind gusts close to 30 and a low temperature this morning down to 47. In Hillsdale, the cloud cover's a little thicker, but still some sunshine making it through just fine. 71 the current temp and high. Morning low was only down to 51 degrees and a wind gust today just under 30 miles per hour. For tonight, we'll see skies becoming cloudy, low temperature down to 51 degrees. For tomorrow, widely scattered showers tomorrow morning becomes more widespread tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures as a result will be much cooler, near 63 degrees. Ooh. The 6-day forecast as we move into Friday, temperatures back in the 70s as rain showers begin to move out. Weekend looks stellar, highs in the 70s, lows in the 40s. Summertime heat next week, find a pool, temperatures in the 80s, lows in the 60s. It'll be humid. By next Thursday and Friday, a few more showers and storms as another at least weak cold front begins to move through.
Yeah, pretty hot next week, for sure. Humidity, I'm not sure I like, but that's why I'm loving today. Yesterday was great, not humidity. Yeah. No humidity means, so.
I think this is the further we get in summer, the earlier my tea time gets.
100%.
Yep.
All right.